So you want to buy my guitar?
Uh-huh.
My guitar.
Uh-huh.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bald Shredder channel. And yep, today we've got a special guest, none other than Martin Blasek.
Thank you for having me. I'm really delighted to be here.
Yes, thanks for coming.
My
Glad
pleasure.
you could make it.
Yeah.
So, in case you guys aren't familiar with who Martin is, I met Martin through my channel, through my videos. You started watching some of my videos, and
I'm your biggest fan.
yeah, and leaving some comments. And then Martin, you also have a YouTube channel.
I do, yep.
So then I started checking out Martin's YouTube channel, and he plays guitar. He does some shredding stuff and all kinds of stuff. We'll get into that in a minute. And then we met in person this past January at the NAMM show.
Yes, we did. Was it right at Leo's booth?
We met at the Leo Jaymz booth at the NAMM show. Now, it's interesting that you mentioned Leo and that we met at Leo Jaymz, because the whole reason you're here today is because you want to buy one of my Leo Jaymz guitars.
I do. Now I have to preface it by saying, I did a video on a Leo Jaymz guitar. It's something that I bought off of Amazon. Then Leo has, gifted me a couple guitars to do videos with. But I fell in love, and I'm buying this guitar. So people say, people only do things they'll say nice things because they get it for free or whatever. No, that's not the case. I fell in love, and I got to have this guitar.
All right, so without further ado, here you go. Check it out, guys.
Woohoo! Check this out.
So what this is, guys, this is one of the Deluxe Monsoon models, and that is what they're calling the abstract finish because of the way it looks, of course.
I love it. I am crazy about these epoxy finishes. Mm-hmm. And I do have another one which Leo had gifted me. It's like a Tempest, but this is completely different. It has all these little wood chips in here of different colors, and I like color. I do.
Cool. So I think it's pretty similar to the other Monsoons in that it has a mahogany body, the roasted maple neck, the rosewood fretboard, 24 stainless steel frets, and then the hardtail, of course, and the 2 high output Alnico 5 pickups, and then the locking tuners even on this one. So I bet you're just dying to plug it in and play it.
No. Yes.
All right, well, let's do that. Let's plug it in, do some playing, and check it out. And here we go. Check it out, guys. All right, so you played it. What did you think? Does it live up to your expectations?
Before I answer that, I have to say, I played through the Bald Shredder tone, the famous line 6 tone, and it does feel good. That was fun. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The guitar's great. I just absolutely love it. I love this neck. I think even more than that Black Monsoon, and it just feels right. I like a little weight here so it won't be neck diving. And look, it's even a little bit this way, so it'll keep the neck right there where you want it. I'm crazy about it. I'm crazy about it. This guitar is going to see a lot of use.
And guys, before I forget, if you want to check out Martin's YouTube channel, if you liked that shredding that you just saw and you want to see more stuff, I'm going to have a link for his channel down in the video description. I'm also going to have the Amazon link for this guitar if you want to check this out. And it does come in other colors too, so there you go. Okay, so Martin, I know you were here to get the Deluxe Monsoon, but you know, I follow you on Instagram and on Facebook, and I see the stuff that you're posting all the time. You're a very busy guy. I mean, you're doing a lot of things within the music industry and like the entertainment industry, movies, TV shows and stuff. And I think it'd be interesting for everybody to kind of hear about that. So what are you up to? What are you doing these days?
Well, it's funny. It's always a lot of things. And I'm out there living life as an artist.
How many different bands are you in, like, currently?
I don't know.
Several.
Let's call it several. And probably
Okay.
like 4. There's like, because I do like just jazz band gigs for their, you know, private events. My wife and I have a band, which we actually have 2 bands. Natasha Blasik is her name, and follow her Instagram. That's would be awesome. And but besides the music, you know, we're also into film. She's an actress. I also taught her to play bass. We have a band together. But you know, she acts, and I also score films and do songs for films. So it keeps us pretty busy. I even do music therapy. It was like a face-to-face thing. I do characters. I'm an actor as well. I'm also entrepreneur and going to be a filmmaker soon. We've got a rock and roll movie we're going to make on the low budget, and love to keep you informed on how that's going. Mm-hmm. It's called Sparkle Fire.
You're playing in these bands, because I see the posts all the time. You got a gig here, and then a couple days later another gig here. But you also play like sometimes just by yourself, like acoustic. I saw one, I think very recently, you did like a John Denver tribute.
Oh yeah, I even forgot. A week from today, I'm back at this lovely wine bar in Sherman Oaks called the Aftermath. And
hey guys, a quick word from today's video sponsor. FlexiSpot has sent me a really nice office chair to check out. So we're gonna open it up, put it together, and see what we think. Here we go. All right guys, I am all done assembling the chair. I'm gonna have a seat in the chair. Let's check it out. Wow, feels great. Very comfortable. The seat is comfortable, the back is comfortable. I'm really enjoying this lumbar support right now. There's a piece back here, it just pushes into your lower back. There's 2 knobs on the back right here. You can turn these knobs and I can feel it. It increases the lumbar support, and then you turn it the other way and it decreases it. But even all the way back, you can feel it. Feels good. The seat that I'm sitting on, you can actually slide it forward or backwards to get it in your position. And I can recline the seat if I want to. Look at that, guys. Goes back. Lock it back into place. It's that easy. And check out the headrest, guys. You can turn it like this. And there's also a button on the side that lets you adjust it like that. And yes, it will lock into place. The armrests are adjustable. They go up and down. And yes, they lock into place. You can also turn them a little bit in, a little bit out. It's got a footrest. I don't think I've ever had a chair before with a footrest. Put that out, pull it out. Very convenient. There it is. And on top of that, guys, the material is like a very comfortable and breathable mesh material, but still super comfortable. All right, guys, so if you want more information on this very nice, very comfortable chair from FlexiSpot, I will have that link down in the video description. Tell us a little bit about making music for film or TV. Because I don't mean like, you know, you show up and you play live on the set. I mean like you're recording the background music or whatever. What's that process like?
It's interesting. I had come out here to be a rock star. I was going to be like a guitar hero type.
Yeah,
and then
me too. We see how that turned out.
And I started as a runner for a music supervisor. Now I think the very first thing I ever did, there's still some royalties that come from that, is a movie called Earth Girls Are Easy. And there's this scene where Cheetah's doing backflips, someone's watching the TV and they need the background music, and I made this little 3-second, I watched it and I made this little 3-second thing and it went in the movie, and it's got a name and all, and I'm like, So I've had my publishing account for many years, and so it's kind of that expanded, and sometimes it's very specific. Sometimes here's something we've got already, but for whatever reason we need to replace it, but we have to keep the exact beats where they are, or that was a temp, just do whatever you want. That's generally not as often. People generally have a good idea, but you watch with the picture, and let's say if you're just like true scoring, not just like laying in a song, then you're watching for, maybe like eyes turn, a little thing, just like little breath, little things, all of a sudden you make it a moment. And if the script is good, you're going along and the performance is good. It's just like, it's like a marriage of like hand holding down a field of roses. But if sometimes things are not so good, not every scene works, and you're trying to kind of like give it that through line with music to help that emotion come along. And it's actually a very interesting thing, and it's very much an alone in a studio with no windows, looking at a computer screen kind of a gig. But it's also gratifying because you'll play things that you never thought you were gonna, because it's like, oh man, I want to shred. That's not really generally the place for shred. It's more of a place for supporting the director's vision, supplying what you have, but also adhering to the director's vision, which sometimes they know exactly what they want and they're really musical, and sometimes they don't. It's actually a pretty interesting thing, and I'll tell you, just for all the guitar, because I know a lot of guitar players watch your channel, is doing my own music costs me money. Doing music for TV and film pays me money.
Yeah.
So, and we all are used to watching the ads and what used to be the magazines or whatever now. Buy this pedal, become a star, whatever. Everything wants to take our money as a musician. And I had been doing this, through the graces of some music supervisors who would call me for actually a few years before I actually even realized it was a thing. Because I'm like, but my band is getting in the way of my band. And then I figured out, wait a minute, this actually pays me money. And it's an actual thing. And, people have gotten wise to it now. They know about music supervisors and all that. I live in Hollywood. I'm driving down the road in Hollywood. He goes, would you be willing to go to the Beverly Hills Hotel and meet with Matthew McConaughey and write a song for a movie he's in? It's a little movie. And I said...
Wait, before you tell the story, when you got there and you walked in and there's Matthew McConaughey, did he say, all right?
I don't remember.
Sorry, guys, I couldn't resist.
But he was actually a really dedicated cat. I mean, he was there for this session. It was supposed to be for 2 hours, and we're in his hotel room, and his soon-to-be wife had showed up somewhere, said hi, but we were right back on the table as the music supervisor, myself and Matthew, and the session ended up going 4 hours, and I learned a very valuable lesson from him. Not once did he check out of what we were doing, look at a phone, or he was 100% there for what we were doing in that moment. And I learned, like, just be in the moment. And the song's called Ladies of Tampa, and it's a movie called Magic Mike, and so when he picks up a guitar and strums it, it's actually the sound of me strumming in my studio, and I coached him on his performance, and he did a great job. He's incredible. Actually, he looked like a god when I went on, because we did a writing session, then I was there for the recording session, and then I was there on the set just as a music coach. And he didn't really need anything.
So in the movie, it shows him playing a chord on guitar, but the actual chord, the actual music that we hear was from you playing the guitar.
Yes.
How cool is that?
It is cool.
So Magic Mike, what are some other things that people would know or recognize that has had your music in it?
I've got a couple other that are kind of on that sort of thing. There's a Lindsay Lohan movie called Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. It was the one right before Mean Girls, and Mean Girls was a bigger hit, but it was a cool movie called Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, and she's in love with a fan of a rock star. She wants to go see him play, and so it's his big song, and so the song is called Don't Move On. In the middle of the movie, all the action stops. This is a Disney movie, you know, action stops. She sings my song at the school, at the auditions for the school play.
Didn't you tell me that a little bit of your music or guitar playing or something got into Dumb and Dumber? One of my all-time favorite movies, right?
This is actually as far away as you can be, but it's in there. It's there's a scene where they're in the doggy mobile where that has the big ears, but they're singing Mockingbird, and they start singing it, and then they pick up some migrants, and they start singing together. There's a guitar strumming in there, and so they asked me to do a thing called a pre-record, so that the actors can have something to sing too when they're shooting the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So it's obviously Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey doing the vocal on there, but for the pre-record it was me and my buddy Dave Van Norden, we were in the same band at the time, doing the scratch vocals, and I played the guitar, and I hired 4 people to do the harmony vocals, and it was a really great session. And then when I saw the movie, I didn't even know, I thought it was just to be the 2 of them, nothing, but they kept the guitar and they kept the background vocals in there.
Other than like doing music for movies or TV shows or whatever, you said you're also an actor. Now, is there anything that you've been in that like most of us might have seen, whether it was like a speaking part or a background character or anything?
Well, not as an actor, but there's this one thing. There's this basketball show during the pandemic. I did a couple days as a BG, and what's this thing? It's about the Lakers, Showtime or Winning Time or as season 2. The very first shot of season 2 opens up, and as it pulls back from the coach or the owner of the team, there I am, pretty close to him on the first shot. But no, as an actor, I don't have any like name drop credits like that. But my wife is a regular on a Peacock series called Paul T. Goldman. So she's doing pretty well with it. She's been the lead in quite a number of movies, including some horror movies. People say, have you thought about doing horror? It's like she's been the star of a bunch of horror movies already.
All right, guys, so that pretty much does it. Martin, thanks so much for making the drive all the way over here. It was really good to see you again. I'm glad we had this opportunity.
My wife Natasha says, you have a play date today.
Yeah, why not? What's wrong with a play date? All right, guys, so again, if you want to check out Martin's YouTube channel, I'm going to have that link down in the video description. I'm also going to have the link to his wife, Natasha's Instagram account. You got to check her out too. Really, trust me, guys.
Richard, thank you for having me. Really appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely. It's been great. All right, guys, see you next time.